torches going up upstage.
My name is Megan Smith. I'm the stage manager for Hadestown, and I am in 10th grade, sophomore. I do the job of two people. I am reaching out to all the different tech teams, making sure everything is getting run on time so that we have what we need and when. And it's also when I start calling cues for the show.
Hey, are you busy? Okay, cool. You're gonna close the thing with me.
I complain about the stress all the time, but I love it. I love being able to do something and help out. I kind of learn how to do everything first with all the technical elements, like when the revolve spins and then when the set opens up and when stuff flies down from the ceiling. And then I do all of that for the first couple of run-throughs. And then the people that are supposed to do it for the show come in and I teach them how to do it and I cue them in for it. Lights and sound are big. They both don't really come in until Tech Week. So it's like they kind of start fresh-ish, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be fun.
I am a sucker for Tech Week. Tech Week is an adrenaline rush. I love being able to have a tight amount of time to make a piece of art happen, which is a weird thing to say. There are absolutely moments that stress me out for sure, but overall, when you're firing on all cylinders, when your brain is good to go, and you have everything and it's working, and especially once those first few cues get ironed out, it really is flow state work for me.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2, 1, 2.
Monday, we have Sitz Probe, where the band comes in for the first time, the orchestra technically, we have strings. And we do just a sit-down rehearsal with the cast. Everybody gathers around, we have a couple microphones, some speakers, and we play through the entire show.
In previous shows, we've had the band in the pit. That's part of the floor in front of the stage. And we did that for Descendants, and we did that for our musical last year, Newsies. But this pit, I believe, is an 8-piece pit for Hadestown, and they're gonna be on stage. And we're not hiding them on stage. We are proud of our band, and we would like them to be prominently displayed.
This show in particular, the band is front and center on the stage. They're part of the cast. They're gonna be an obstacle for cast moving on and off stage, for the big rolling table moving on and off stage. And figuring out like how the band fits into the whole thing. And it'll be super fun to figure all that stuff out.
But I'm very excited to be able to interact with the band on stage rather than try to just pretend they don't exist. And then also my dad is going to be playing trombone.
In a former life, I was a professional trombone player for 20 years. I started gigging in college, so from like 1996 through around 2016, I guess, yeah. I was playing out all the time, and professional life got in the way. I couldn't play anymore. So my trombone has been sitting idle for 8-9 years now, waiting for a moment to come back out. And it's interesting because my own kids don't know me as a trombone player, because when I stopped playing, they were like 6-8 years old, so they never really got to see that side of me. This whole other deep history side was invisible to them.
When we learned that this was doing the show, he called dibs on the trombone part. So I'm very excited to play with him as well. And then I know that my strings teacher, Mrs. Perkins, will be playing bass. Soren, our music director, will be playing keys. The drummer will be Mrs. Perkins' husband, Julian, who I also know. So I'm very excited to be able to interact with people that I know as well and can like have a good time with.
That same day, I think we have lighting load-in, where a lighting designer will come in and the look of the lighting look of the show will start to get finalized.
Load-in is the day when we get everything that we haven't set up yet in terms of the lights, in terms of the scenic, in terms of the costumes, the sound, all of that. Every technical element that we need to be able to make Tech Week happen, it goes in during load-in. On bigger shows, it has to be a whole week. But at a high school, we have to do it in a day. We've got table that we've got to run. We've got lights that we've got to set up on booms. We've got lights that are going to be on the deck. Anybody who isn't trained on anything, got to get them trained today. And then comes the all-important ringing out of the rig, which is just going to be us taking all the lights that we've added and then all the other lights in the system that already exist and just testing every one of them to make sure they work. Especially with intelligent lighting fixtures that can move and can change color, you always want to check every single parameter that they can use, because if you don't, and then you try to do something with them during Tech Week and they break or they don't work the way you expected to, suddenly you don't have the time you need to fix that. So now's our chance to get everything online. We're making sure that we can get the orchestra shell online, which is going to be a part of our process this time around.
So the stage comes with, not intended for theater use, but intended for the band and orchestra and chorus performances, these really beautiful concert ceilings that come down and help direct the sound out. And they have built-in lighting. They're gorgeous and they're enormous. They're as wide as the stage. And when I was going through kind of the early set concepts, and there's a particular line in Act 2, I conduct Electric City, sung by Hades. In the Broadway show, leading up there, the set kind of widens and splits, and all these lights appear. And they all turn on, blinding the audience, and it's a super cool moment, really, really intense. And I wanted to pull from that. And how do we do that? And how do we do it on a budget? So in kind of brainstorming, it's like, well, how do we get a lot of lights? And it's like, idea went off. What if we used an orchestra shell and flew it in a horizontal, in a vertical orientation, and lit it up? And I was like, this is totally going to work. I'm really excited because we've never done that before. And I think that, you know, it's a lot of that creative brain is like, you can't keep doing the same stuff over and over again. It's no fun if it's easy.
My least favorite part of Tech Week is probably the first 10 cues that I write, because no matter what, inevitably, you're gonna program those first 10 cues, you're gonna come back to them the next day, and then they're gonna look awful to your second day eye. You're absolutely gonna be upset at how they look. And that's just the inevitability of trying to figure out what you're doing. What is the aesthetic of the show? What can the rig do? It's just a part of it. And so usually those, I just like try to get past them. Like, they're gonna look ugly, it's okay, we're gonna move on and then take care of the rest of the stuff, and then we can come back and fix things. Light is a really subconscious medium. You may not realize it, but you experience a very different emotion when you are in a classroom lit by bright fluorescent lights that have a bit of a green tinge, to being outside in daylight when it's cloudy. And so deciding as a lighting designer what to do with the show, that sort of all comes into play. In a musical, lighting is really important as a way to emphasize musical moments, such as bumps at the end of a song, or a bump to black or fade to black, depending on how a number ends. And you also have to differentiate often between moments when people are singing and talking about important parts of the story, and then moments when the story is fading away a little bit and we're dancing. All of those different moments in a play require different attention to detail when it comes to lighting design. Whenever I have a student programming on console, we have Cooper programming this year, or we've got Tristan and Juliet on spots. And after they do their first few cues, after they start to figure it out, they're already making suggestions and saying, oh, what if we did this? Or like, could we like add a cue for this? Or maybe if I like zoom in and zoom out and do this or that. And I try as much as I can to affirm those choices and make them a part of the design, because they're the ones who have to do it every time. Like, why not give them part of the, this is their musical. I want them to have their fingerprints all over it. It's really important to me that they know what it's like to make a piece of art. They know how important that is to the world and to their own hearts and souls, even if they don't go off to do art in the future. As a profession, it's important to keep art present.
I think it went well. It was really cool seeing everything tied together finally. It felt really like complete. I felt really accomplished after that, because I finally saw all my work put together on stage, which was really fun.
Even in like working through the set design and talking with the production team on all the moments we want to hit in the show, every single time I think about the scene where Orpheus looks back in Eurydice, it even happened right now when those doors closed, is so moving to me. And that's never happened to me before, like ever, for any performance art-based stuff whatsoever. And I can't explain it. It's a moving show. It's really quite amazing.
If It's True is definitely one of my favorite songs to listen to, for sure. In terms of design, I'm really excited for what we're doing with Wait For Me, which is our choreographer Marina has worked with some flashlights on that one. It's just going to be an absolutely incredible. We're going to pump some haze into the air, hopefully, get those beams visible, and hopefully mimic that motion with some of our other moving lights. So I'm excited to get that up and running. That's going to be fun.
Some of my favorite moments to watch in the show are definitely the moments with the Fates, because they're just so spooky. I like them. And then there's one number, Flowers. It's Eurydice's song when she's like losing all of her memories and stuff. And it's a very emotional number, and it's like my favorite. And Claire does it fantastic. It like blows me away every time. She's just so wonderful, and that's like one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite song in the show, and she just does it so well.
So I'm also the sound engineer and designer for the guild. And this year, because I'm playing trombone, I can't be at the soundboard. So we brought on Mr. Miranda, assistant principal, to do it, who has a technical theater background, but it's 20 years out from doing anything. So I've been mentoring him in using the space. It's a very wonderful technical space to work in, but necessarily complex as a result.
My name is Jonathan Miranda, and I am one of the sound guys. Oh, at this school, I'm the assistant principal of Wilmington High School, one of them. Back in the day, I did theater. I've been involved in theater, let's say, since 1989, if not earlier. When I did sound 30 years ago, it was analog board. It was a lot different. We didn't have body mics. It was all done by directional and whatnot, so it was a little easier. So I'm learning. This is me. I'm a scenic designer. I can do lights, although this stuff is still 30 years newer than what I'm used to. So sound is completely, other than turning volume up, this is completely new to me. I am terrified. It's cool. Great teachers. The kids are great teachers, and really they're doing it. I'm just kind of sitting here supporting them. So last year they invited me into the fold. Probably one of the most memorable things I've ever done as an educator. And to be compelled to come back, I say compelled, I say forced, I say they talked me into it. I always tease them about that stuff, to be honest. I love when they ask me. I love being part of it. It makes my day. My favorite part is being included. They allow me to be part of their group. It's their group, you know what I mean? And they make me feel like I'm part of Wilmington. They make me feel like I'm part of the Lamplighters. It's just a great connection. It's such a nice, it's hard as assistant principal to connect. And this is, for me, it just makes my job worth it every day. One of the best things that has happened in my career.
All right.
Does my hair look cute? Thanks. We're good.
Tonight is opening night. It's the first night we're putting on the show with an audience, and I'm actually feeling really good. I think this is the best I've ever felt about a tech week, and I might be alone in that, but I'm feeling great.
Little bit nervous, a lot excited. I feel like the show came together really, really quick compared to normal, and I'm very proud of everyone because I feel like everyone is doing a great job with like the limited amount of time we had compared to normal.
Tonight's opening night. I'm really excited. I definitely think we're ready because we've been running the show for a couple weeks now, and that's crazy. That's never happened before.
Since it's like my first show, of course I'm nervous, but I feel relaxed and confident in my part.
It doesn't really feel real that opening night is tonight. It feels like it's gone by really, really quickly, but I'm happy that I'll be able to get it over with again.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be amazing.
I'm a bit scared, but I'm so excited to put on this show. Everyone has worked so hard, and we're just all ready to go.
This school day, it's quarters closing, and I'm like stressed about school instead of the show, because I know the show is going to turn out great no matter what.
I have the most historic, greatest feelings of this play of all.
I'm so excited. This show is so great, and I'm just excited for people to see it for the first time.
I'm super excited for the show. I'm super excited for the message that it's conveying, and this is really a show that people should see. I just really hope I don't mess it up.